It's saying some of my destinations have errors. Go live. Let's get rid of it. Let's remove it. And then let's add it. And then let's go live. Okay. So we should be good on LinkedIn now. So welcome, you guys. We are going to be just talking a little bit about the Winning Women book launch. I've been really reeled into the garden party for a while because, man, like everybody wants to learn how to grow their own food, but but I want to lean into a little bit more of the book launch that we've been getting ready for. It will be launched this Friday. If you guys did not get your pre-orders, if you have not already gotten the ebooks and gotten your downloads, then I don't know what you're waiting for. This pre-order launch was just to give you an opportunity to get in there. Now we are going to be launching the official, for real, you get the actual book. So if you did not pre-order with the pre-order pricing, then unfortunately you're going to have to pay the regular pricing when the book comes out. But I got to tell you guys, this has been such an amazing, amazing journey. Shout out to Sarah Curcio, who started this project. Came to me one day and said, you know, Allegra, I really want to write a book with the other women in the community and see who wants to tell their story. I was like, good, let's do it. And Sarah brought forth some wonderful, you know, as we all know, Sarah, she does an amazing job of organizing and getting us together and making sure that we stick to what we say we're going to do. And she's a great accountability partner. And so I was really impressed by this process. And so, guys, if you did not, you know, see the process of us launching, talking about the book, posting about it, then you now get a chance to get to know what's going on. The Winning Women Trials to Triumph book was one of the most deeply rooted projects I think I've ever done with a community. And I was able to look inside of, you know, my own experiences. Then I was able to read other women's experiences and just it's amazing to find that we all share a lot of compatibilities. We all share a lot of commonalities. We all go through a lot of the same things. So, reading this book is going to allow you to express yourself in ways where you don't feel alone. You get to hear stories of trials that turned into triumph. You get to hear about challenges that were overcome over and over again. And you're going to hear about issues that relate to you with these women who are our community members. Shout out to the co-authors. And you guys saw them come up and speak about their chapters, right? In the previous live stream. You saw them come up and talk about what their experiences were, why they came to the forefront of writing the book, writing their story. Most of us have huge stories to tell. And even if you look at the launch of the book, I was looking at who was in the book and how we were launching it. And, you know, we have one author that's a 2-time best-selling author, and we have another author that has never written a book before in her life. And so as a community, I realized that if we are able to build something as powerful as this, coming together to write a book, to enhance the exposure of our businesses and our brand, to be able to be in front of audiences that, you know, I'm not just in front of, but 8 other women are in front of. That's powerful. And so I wanted to give a thank you to everyone who did the pre-orders. So thank you to you guys who got your downloads. I saw them flooding in. I saw people just saying, hey, I got my book, I got my book, I got my book. And I was like, that's amazing. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't know. This whole, you know, book launch and strategy and fulfilling all the things that we want to do, it takes a team. And I was realizing throughout this process that I didn't really have my hands in most of this. It was the team, the people like Sarah and Brittany. Shout out to the publisher, you know, the editor and publishing it on Amazon. And shout out to, you know, our support in graphics and editing for, you know, we have Tony Curcio, Sarah's brother. So we have some people that supported us on the front end. And then we have also our co-authors who are our WIN members as well. They were selected for this process. We actually took time to look at who would qualify to be the best person to get this first project, this first book ever for the WIN community up and running. And when we talked about it, we thought about people who showed up every day. We talked about people who bet on themselves every day. We talked about people who were confident in who they were. But not only that, but people who had a past, people who had stories to tell. And it wasn't even just, the having it all together. It was mainly just, do you want to tell your story? Because you clearly are showing up for yourself every day. And so that's why we say, even in community, it's important to put yourself into the front of the things that you're doing. Let people know what's going on in your business. Let people know what's going on in your life. And find the connections who are worthy of your time, your presence, and things like that. And so in the community for Women into Networking Win, we found that we are so aligned with people who are moving and shaking and constantly making things happen. That's been the vibe. So I'm really excited about that. And I even told, we have two guests that did not join us on the previous launch week for the pre-orders. This is the launch week for the actual book. Like, if you did not get your pre-orders, you can still get your pre-orders, because the ebook downloads are giving you an opportunity to get straightforward access to that information, where we're telling you our stories, where you can start reading about the members in our community who co-authored the book and what normally you would probably have questions about, like, okay, that's an interesting person. I wonder what their background is about. I wonder what they've been through and what their challenges are. The whole part of life is being able to not only go through your own challenges, but learn from other people's challenges too. So we have a whole book of challenges that we have literally given the key to overcoming your trials, to actually getting to a point where you're no longer thinking about, oh, wow, this is weighing me down and this is actually a problem, but you're actually doing something about it. And that doesn't happen for everyone in the time frame that they expected, but there are so many different ways to tell a story. And so we want you to, either get your own copy, buy a copy for a friend as well. Make sure you actually read the book and resonate with those stories that may change your life. I was blown away by some of this. The live stream that we did before, I was about to say speakers, but some of the authors in the book shared some things that were so intimate and so private that I was like, there's no way you put that in a book. No way you put that in a book. But they did. And they shared it on the last live stream that we talked about. So if you feel like you need to, have a safe space where you can hear the stories and talk about things that really matter, the emotions behind the pains we feel, the experiences, no matter what it is when it comes to women empowerment, we talk about deaths, divorces, we talk about money, we talk about health, we talk about wellness, we talk about, challenges, failure, depression, sadness. We talk about love. We talk about uplifting. We talk about all the things that actually matter to us when it comes down to our growth. So if you look at the stories that the women are telling in the Winning Women Trials to Triumph book, you're going to be able to understand that these women have gone through things that you wouldn't even imagine just looking at them. You wouldn't even imagine, like, just looking at a woman. I mean, and this is just something that we have to kind of really real into, like, who can we connect with that can tell our story and also relate to our story as well. I've been in situations where I wasn't able to even tell my story until someone else told it for me first. Y'all remember Lauryn Hill's song, strumming my pain with his fingers? I'll be trying to sing, y'all, but I can't really. So when Lauryn Hill did that song with the Fugees, I think it was, right? I'm old school, I'm back in the day. But she did a great job of, singing that part where she said, singing my song, what she say, with his words, singing it softly, with his song, killing softly, something like that. Anyway, but it's basically saying that that particular situation felt like someone was telling her story. And it felt real to her, even though it was someone else telling the story. I could have it wrong, y'all. That's what I got from the interpretation of the actual song when I originally heard it. But we have to be able to tell our stories at all times. And if you're not a person that's willing to talk about what you've been through, unfortunately, someone else won't benefit. And I think that's really important to know. Like, no one benefits when you don't tell your story. So reading this book and getting an opportunity to connect with these other women who were writing their stories as well as myself, because I shared some things in the book, y'all, that I was just like, like I think Karan said it in her live stream. She was like, "Should I share that?" Like, and we second guess, we question it, but the truth is that you can share whatever it is that your heart's desire, like whatever it is in your heart to share with people that you feel like you have healed from and you have been able to learn from. You should be able to share that. People need to hear you. They need to know. And there's so many people that are hurting, so many people that are in very dark places where they just don't even know like if there's light on the other side of the tunnel. Like they really don't. They I mean, I've seen people in such deep depression to the point where they don't even know they're in depression. They're just like, "Oh, this is just my life." And I'm like, "No. You have functioning depression." And we have to be able to look at that and say, "Wait, like, am I living the life that I want to live?" And sometimes we realize that that's not the case. And so being able to relate to people who are not or have not been perfect, being able to relate to stories that are not there yet, being able to see how that person got from point A to point Z and some of the things that they had to go through, knowing that sometimes we have to go through our own struggles, but that's necessary. And hearing someone else's story and how they did it is just an encouragement. It's just a little push and a little motivation. So I said all that to say this. Shout out to the authors, shout out to all the winning women who have come to the forefront, who have purchased their pre-orders, who have really showed up for community, to support, to really be there for each other in ways I just honestly I've never seen before. And maybe it's because I've just never been in community like that, and that could be my fault. But I just know that for the women that have come to the forefront, Clivia, I know she's our newest Florida win leader, and she's also the author in this book. And hearing her stories about, her children and her divorce and all the things that came with that, that was really powerful. But also seeing how she is now creating spaces for other men to heal. Like I was blown away. Like I was like, okay, listen, like I know y'all are doing some big things, but y'all are doing some big things. Like I don't like I can't touch this. Like I'm just gonna watch. And so shout out to Clivia, shout out to Karan, Karan Fairweather, who I've known for some years now. I mean, before we even started the community, huge supporter, and being able to like hear her even as a two-time best-selling author share a story in our book and share that win with us, to know that it doesn't matter what you've gone through, we all win together. Like we just have to be able to support each other and to be a vessel for each other. But the things that she's been able to share in her story, powerful, powerful. So, I mean, I want to shout out everybody because we have, of course, we talked about, Brittany helping us with publishing, and she's also an author. Sarah Curcio, our programs manager, is absolutely fabulous. She's also our New Jersey leader for our WIN community, and she's been amazing at being able to keep me in check, y'all. Like, this is somebody that I just like, get yourself a Sarah, okay? And I love it because she's able to tell her story of resilience. And then we have Dr. Manuela, who, Dr. Manuela, man, I wish you could join me, ma'am. I mean, listen, the busiest woman and one of the most successful minded women that I've met. I just feel like first of all, when I saw her, I was like, are we at a beauty pageant? Like she dresses like a beauty queen every day. So, Dr. Manuela, just shout out to you for being so resilient and you every day, betting on yourself every day, always showing up. But, just knowing that I will be able to read your story of resilience and knowing how you got to where you are today, it's going to be very powerful. So, I'm really excited about that. We also, who do we have? We have Nisa Shepherd. Nisa, I think it's the first time she's ever written a book. Nisa was one of the OGs too. Okay. Nisa Shepherd has been before the WIN community, right? Like, they have like the BC, she's like the BC. And I love the fact that I see more and more of the empowerment for each other showing up in ways that I've never seen, them show up before. So nice to shout out to you for just telling more about your story, getting people to know how powerful you are. I actually was showing my dad, like, full disclosure, y'all, I share all this stuff with my family because I'm a bragger. People don't like that. They're like, oh my God, you shouldn't brag. I'm a bragger. Like, hey guys, look at what my clients doing. Look what these people doing. Look at what. So I was really excited because I saw a post on Facebook that Nisa put with her baby picture and talking about her resilient story. And I was showing my dad and I was like, look, like, this is what it's about, showing people what your life story is about. People need to know it. And, a lot of times we say, like, well, we live our lives and we live the dash in the middle, right? Well, that's part of the dash in the middle. Being able to let people know that you've lived and you've experienced and you've learned. And Nisa, just shout out to you for being able to be resilient, because I love your story and helping people get to their miracle moment. The branding is on point. Okay. So shout out to the authors. And I just want to make sure, I'm an author. And then also, who else do we have? Because I don't want to miss anyone. We have TC Oker. TC is an author as well. And she's written her resilient story in there. Um, yeah, I feel like I'm missing somebody because I know we got like 9 authors. Valerie, Coach Val. Coach Val is amazing. She's just someone that I look up to when it comes down to, that emotional intelligence piece. Like, if you need someone to teach you how to have emotional intelligence, how to look within, how to feel, how you're supposed to feel, right? Like, because sometimes people tell you what to do, but it's like, first of all, they are not you. So you have to lean into it. Like, you have to lean into, well, yeah, I'm feeling this way, but what does that really mean for me? Okay, like, what does that really mean for me? And so Coach Val gives that vibe for me every single time. She also does a room on Clubhouse called Broken and Breakthrough. So you have to check it out, because those are the spaces that we create as our win leaders. Because Coach Val is also our Houston win leaders. Shout out, sis. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm just counting all the accolades down, right? Like, she's an author, she's the win leader, she's, doing the leadership stuff. And also she has, her own thing going on where she has, what is it? Bucks and Brunch, I believe it is. She's teaching, lots about finances. And I love it when women talk about money. I love it when women talk about money. So we have to be really, open to sharing our stories and talking about things that we love, because it's part of who we are and other people can resonate. So shout out to Coach Val for all you do, sis. And I feel like I'm going to be real mad if I miss somebody. So it's myself, it's Sarah, it's Coach Val, it's Karan, it's Nisa, it's Brittany, it's Clivia, it's what's that? That's 7 people? That's 7 people? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? TC. I said TC. That's 8 people. Who's the 9th person? Yo, who am I missing right now, y'all? I'm so mad right now. Well, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the book cover. And speaking of, let me drop this for you guys in here. It's not letting me do it. I'll do it on the banner. I want you guys to go to the website, and I want you to actually, I was about to end my live stream, Jesus. I want you guys to go to the website, and I want you to actually look at the winning women pre-orders. So make sure you get your pre-orders. And then we have the pre-sale launch. Now the pre-sale launch is going to happen as soon as we launch on Friday. So don't play, okay? Because you have to be ready. So as soon as it launches on Friday, and some of you have actually requested your signature copy, we have that available on the hard book, on the hardcover, and we have the general copy without signatures on the regular paperback. You will get all those options once it launches, but be one of the first ones to get it, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be bringing you guys in for conversations, talking about the actual stories. We're going to be going live about this a lot. So we do want you guys to be in on the information so we can share some of those resilient stories and see how you guys feel about them, see if you can relate to them, and if there's any way that we can support you in your own resilient story, okay? So I just want to make sure that you guys have the link. That is the link right there. I will put that in the comments as well once we get done with this live stream. And I wanted to make sure, hold on a second, y'all. 1 Mm-mm-mm. This is going to really disappoint me. Y'all know what? I didn't forget nobody. I got everybody. Sarah, me, that Coach Val, Nisa, Dr. Manuela, Karan, Brittany, 6'7", TC, 8. Why do I feel like I'm still missing somebody? I just feel like I literally just looked at it. And Clivia. Okay. We're done. I'm out of here, y'all. It is really, really late at night, and I have to get up for the 6 a.m. Of course, the morning cup of inspiration. Shout out to Nisa for holding me down whenever I do like Nana duty and it gets too late and things are going on. And of course, I'm working on the back end of the businesses all the time, y'all. It's like no joke around here. I have support. And so thank you guys for being such a support in the community. I want you guys to tune back in. We have some amazing things coming up tomorrow. I'll be going live with Lashana West, who is our corporate partner. She is absolutely amazing. She's a whole vibe. And I want you guys to listen to her, see what she has going on in her business. And she's also going to be speaking at the upcoming Atlanta Win Garden Party. So if you're looking to grow your ideas and grow your food from seed to success, I want you guys to be at this garden party. We sold 10 whole tickets today. Shout out to Miss Ernest Cummings. Our corporate sponsor, our other corporate sponsor, she literally blew me out of the water. 10 tickets, I just like straight out the pocket today, and then connected me with a wonderful, beautiful resource. Shout out to Queen J. So I'm really excited about what's to come, y'all. So just make sure you guys get into the winning vibe, and then make sure you get your pre-orders, okay, because you still have enough time. And then also on Friday when the book launches, go ahead and get your books, and just make sure you stay tuned, because we're going to come back for you to make sure that you guys catch up with our stories of resilience, and we want you to include yours as well. All right, love you guys, have an amazing night, and don't work too hard. I'll see you in the morning. Peace.